Hello humans and otherwise, I am Addie, and welcome back to my blind Let's Play of East 9. Had a lot of revelations in the last episode, like it did kind of play out like I thought it would. And that our entire team are all fakes. The real people are imprisoned here. That included Aprilis, as it turns out, kind of. We've met who appears to be the one behind everything, and of course, he got away. He's the one who also gave Doll life. So now we're just gonna get back and decide what to do next. They've been playing as a fake Addie the entire game.
Addie?
Your sight goes dim, your breathing becomes arduous, and you're unable to move.
This is just like before.
But why now?
Hang on, Addie. It seems worse this time.
Look, isn't that the same light?
There's no mistaking it. It is the light that appeared when Shadowlord faded away.
Mm-hmm.
This can't be happening.
But why? Addie, you can't go! It's not fair.
This way, Crimson King! Quickly!
Huh?
Aprilis? How are you here?
It doesn't look like a trick.
I know, what?
Dad? What are you doing here?
You must hurry. There's not much time. Take the Crimson King over to the next room. There's also something I need all of you to do for me.
Well, that explains that, doesn't it?
What is this place?
There's so many Aprilises. I can't believe it.
This is the place where Zola first succeeded at making a homunculus.
That's right. You're one too.
The reason Zola turned to alchemy was so he could revive me. So he could revive St. Rosvita.
What?
I'm sure you all have many questions, but our first priority is saving the Crimson King's life.
We can save him?
What's the deal with him anyway?
Normally, homunculi are born as children. That's why all of you had proper childhoods.
That's true.
I wouldn't necessarily call them proper.
But he was an experiment to create an identical adult replica of the original. And because of that, his body is unstable.
Yeah, that explains that.
If we do nothing, then the Crimson King will disappear forever. Just as Shadowlord did.
Isn't there anything we can do?
There's not enough time to create an entirely new body for him. However, there is another way.
What? The real Addie was in the other room, and now he's suddenly here? I guess they could have moved him, of course. But yeah, take homunculus Addie's memories and experience and put them all in the real Addie. Nice to finally meet you.
It's our first time meeting, but it doesn't feel that way. It's like you and I have been connected all along. You felt it too, haven't you?
Wow, they're going all in voice acting
I
here.
envy you for all of your adventures. What a life. The danger. When was the last time you slept in peace? Why keep doing it? Why do you still want to be an adventurer?
You need to ask.
No, I suppose I don't. I know why you'll never change. If you don't light a fire, it'll never go out. If you don't make decisions, you'll never be hurt. But you'll never be deterred. You'll keep going until your last breath escapes you. In you, there lies a hope that guides you, and everyone around you toward their dreams.
So many places I have to see.
Just the thought gets your heart racing, huh? I have a favor to ask. I wish I could go with you, but I'm afraid I'm running out of time. Still, I can't let it end here. Adventures are still waiting for us. So I ask you this. Take my power and my soul. Take them with you on your journeys. Addie, Kristen.
There you go. Final chapter. Monstrum Nox.
You're awake.
You've been here this whole time?
Yes. It was Dr. Noah's first time performing this procedure, so he cautioned me of its risks. I thought it best to stay and be sure you were all right. Incidentally, I believe this is the first time we've spoken, Addie, Kristen.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Then you must be aware of what happened to you.
Addie the Red certainly is perceptive.
Dr. Noah.
The adventurer Addie Kristen and his homunculus the Crimson King. Within you resides both of their souls. To be precise, you were originally one person, and now you've become one again.
Do you feel the Crimson King's consciousness and the power you inherited?
You told him of the pact you made with the Crimson King.
So that's what happened.
A conversation between souls during fusion. That is fascinating indeed.
Dr. Noah is Zola's assistant, but he has since joined our cause. He was the one who fused both of your souls into a single body.
Now, this part, fusing souls, two people becoming one, this really, really fits my own story. Like, perfectly, too, because the exact same thing happens there.
Forgive me, but this was the only way to save the Crimson King's life.
But it was more magic than alchemy that went on there.
No.
So I can't think you do
I
enough.
thought you would be angry with me. You're a very strange young man. He looks to be adjusting well enough. Shall we begin preparations?
Yes, Dr. Noah is right.
Something happened?
I was planning on telling you after everyone had arrived. And it seems that time has come.
Addie! You're all right.
Now it's the real Addie. You're still all fakes, though.
It's good to see the procedure was a success.
I suppose introductions are in order.
That's right. That makes this the first time we've met, right, Addie?
You told him the Crimson King still lives on in you, and to treat you as they always have.
I didn't think you could do something like that.
At least I've got something to show for leaving home.
Can't wait to hear all about it.
Long story short, you're the same Adol we've always been friends with.
Thank goodness.
Yes. My worries have been assuaged.
You didn't call us just for this welcome back party, did you?
Before I get to it, there is something I need to tell you all first. It concerns Zola, the one who created all of us homunculi.
About time you told us who he is, and how you two know each other.
That man... No, the alchemist, Zola, is...
He was a young noble who served Rosvita during the 100 Years' War.
Anemona.
She knows
You gained
now.
more memories?
Yes. Some returned when I saw this room.
If Zola served under Rosvita, then they must have known each other a long time.
That reminds me. There was a guy standing next to the saint in that painting. Is that the guy you're talking about? He's just a kid now.
Yes. The 100 Years' War was also a proxy war between the gods. Glia had the blessing of Grimnir. Ritai was blessed by Luki. The roaring flames of human war eventually ignited the realm of the gods.
Yeah, it's like one of those situations where the two gods want to go at it with each other, but if they actually directly attack each other, they might end up wrecking the universe or something. So they just have proxy wars like this to avoid that kind of thing happening. Like, whoever wins the war between these two groups of people in this human war, that will be who wins. Because we can't directly fight each other. We'll destroy the universe.
Divided between the two sides, a war of their own erupted. Ultimately, Grimnir and Luki both fell at the other's hand.
Is this the Twilight of the Gods from the Norse religion?
Yes. Because of that war, the gods that once blessed Glia perished.
That's terrible. Then what is the Grimwald Nox?
You said the gods used the Grimwald Nox to contain and purge the monsters.
Even without the gods, the Grimwald Nox still creates monsters from human emotions. So now, it falls on humans to eradicate the monsters born from them. But after the 100 Years' War, many Glians were overcome with grief. The monsters manifested from them could no longer be contained by humans alone.
What happened then?
That is when Zola intervened. After I was executed, he resigned from the military and returned home. He secluded himself and became engrossed in his research to the point of obsession.
Ugh, so that was when he began learning alchemy.
But why did he do that?
Thought you were smarter than that, kid.
Papa wanted to revive Rosvita.
Yep. Already
He
said
respected
that.
her as both his commander and the woman he loved. He sold his land and used his inheritance to devote his life to his research. He would often isolate himself in his lab for days at a time without food or rest. The outcome of his blood and tears was...
It was me. I was born from his work.
That's such a sad reason.
Yeah, I never would have guessed.
Zola then reappeared from isolation as an alchemist. He proposed a plan to the Glian royal family, who was overwhelmed by the Grimwald Nox.
So that's why.
Only beings of exceptional strength and skill are capable of suppressing the Grimwald Nox. They are doing the gods' work, quite literally after all.
Yeah.
Zola's proposal involved the creation of a homunculus army. The Glian royalty, out of time and other options, accepted his proposal.
So that's how he built all of this.
Yep.
As you know, homunculi are created by replicating existing humans.
Mm-hmm.
When the royal family sought candidates in secret, a handful of people volunteered. Yes. The volunteers were my comrades who fought alongside me in the 100 Years' War. You are the homunculi of the heroes preserved here in this lab. The homunculi who have been slaying the Lemiris in secret, maintaining peace in Glia.
And centuries of this conflict brought us to today.
Yes. If the homunculi warriors were injured or killed, new ones were created. Zola even transferred his own soul into homunculi in order to continue his research.
Which would explain why he's young.
Then he gave his warriors gifts that bound them to this land.
That explains what the curse is.
Yep.
I had no idea.
Why were we adopted or given to orphanages then? Was that the case for all of our predecessors?
No. Zola and I raised the homunculi ourselves. But 15 years ago, Zola disappeared. Your predecessors had perished, and you were all much too young to fight. That is why I made the decision to suppress the Grimwald Nox alone. I had no other choice but to entrust you to the people of Balduke.
So you've been fighting alone then?
So then, what has Zola been doing?
Shortly before he left, he said he had discovered a breakthrough in his research.
Yeah, so Zola's doing this whole thing to bring her back and to, well, fight the Nox. Because someone's gotta do it.
I've no doubt it's the magnum opus he was speaking of, and he's still working on it.
There's one more thing that doesn't add up. Where did you come from? Saint Rosvita was tricked by Bratai's army and burned at the stake. So explain to me how the hell you were created.
Kratos' right. Our bodies were preserved.
Mm-hmm.
Papa can fabricate more than just objects and flesh. He can fabricate human souls as well.
I do remember him saying that.
Yeah.
My soul was the first prototype that he successfully fabricated. Using the doll belonging to Rosvita as a relic, Papa placed my soul into it.
Huh?
That's pretty shocking.
Yes. I had the same reaction when I first remembered it. But he had a reason for it.
He needed to put the soul into something I held dear to learn more about my past. From the memories he learned from Anemona and a lock of my hair, I was created.
What?
Now you're telling us he can create people from nothing but memories and hair?
That's a lot of power for one man.
Yes.
Right? Now we know why Aprilis and the rest of us were created. But what about Adol?
It must have something to do with Zola's magnum opus.
I don't have the answer to that question. But Zola has a deep desire for Adol's copious experience as an adventurer.
That much is clear. He wouldn't have done what he did otherwise.
Could it be possible that the strange monsters and primordials we have witnessed in the prison were designed based on Adol's past adventures?
That just might be the case.
That's quite the admirer you've got, Adol.
I suspected that was the case. And if Adol says so, then it must be.
I'm worried.
Worried about what?
Isn't there anything we can do to stop Zola?
There are many things I need to ask him, but nobody knows where he is.
I like how they're continuing to do this. Like, this is the latest game in the story, in the timeline, and they keep using that fact to their advantage in the story. Making callbacks to the stuff, making it a point like, yeah, this is all based on what you did in the past. I just love continuity like that.
There's also the matter of a certain event that's about to happen.
And what's that?
Balduke will soon be hosting its Victory Day festival for the 100 Years' War.
Victory Day Festival?
It is an annual event. A day that celebrates Rosvita and the reclamation of Balduke.
About that time of year again, huh?
Yeah, I suppose we were too busy to remember. But what does the festival have to do with anything?
The scars left by the 100 Years' War still run deep through this land. Once every year, the Grimwald Nox becomes the more dangerous ultimate Grimwald Nox.
Even more dangerous?
Now that is a celebration I can get behind.
Victory Day is in 3 days.
We do not have much time.
Zola is a threat, but the ultimate Grimwald Nox is a more immediate concern. Before that time comes, you should all take this chance to return to the city and rest.
I think I'll do that. I'm exhausted, mentally and physically.
Yeah, we've all been through a lot.
I could use a night to let this all sink in.
I will investigate the Grimwald Nox and Zola's whereabouts. You'll hear from me if I discover anything. Until then, rest well.
That Addie and the others decided to leave the prison and return to the city for the time being. There's nothing else we can do. The exhausted monstrums needed time, both to rest and reflect upon the truth they had discovered about themselves. Bonfire was lit in the city to celebrate the coming festivities, and the streets were bound with a lively vigor. In an effort to ease citizen concerns over the night's revolt, many Roman soldiers were assigned to assist with preparations. 3 days came and went, and before long, Balduc was ushering in the start of the Victory Day festival. Even then, there was still no word from Aprilis. Huh. So he put on the scarf and dyed his hair again? Well, the real Addie did now. What the hell are we supposed to do now? The Victory Day Festival has now arrived. Did something happen to Aprilis? I don't know, but she's never this late. Yeah, she puts on a stoic facade while she's working herself to the bone. Dad might know where she is. Where's Dr. Noah at the present? Your guess is as good as mine. Yeah, waiting around ain't my style. Ah, it appears you're all here. Parks? Looks like our warden friend pulled through. Things have quieted down outside. With the night's revolt and all, things could have gotten out of hand quick. Times like these, and festivals are the most are you yawning? Dougie and I went for a little stroll and observed high spirits all across the city. I must confess that I have reassessed my opinion of our dear warden. Really? I guess he is a hard worker. Still can't get over the fact that I couldn't tell you weren't the real Addie. Who would have thought that you were homunculus the whole time? I had no idea myself. Every time something like this happens, I convince myself I'll never be surprised again. Then lo and behold, you find a way of surprising me. Addie must have been a homunculus by the time I first met him. Speaking of which, I looked into the man named Murray as you informed me about. I was very pleased to learn that he was indeed the friend I had been searching for. Wow, good for you, Parks. He was with Addie in the prison, right? Yes, but unfortunately, our current situation curtails me from going to see him. If that is so, then it is of great importance that our objective is successful. Then, does that mean you're leaving? I would never do something so churlish as leave without repaying my debt. However, I wouldn't miss witnessing you all save this city for the world. Yeah, don't scare me like that. Well, we still haven't heard from Aprilis yet. Why don't you all enjoy a stroll around the city? A little break couldn't hurt. A break? Hey, that's a good idea. The entire city is out and about right now. It's worth taking a look at, all. Suppose there's nothing to be gained by waiting around here. I do not object. Also, the bulletin board looks like it's filling up again. You can kill 2 birds with 1 stone and get some requests out of the way, too. Alright, let's quit kicking your heels and get going already. Yep, both them. Still more quests to do, even though it's literally the final chapter. Well, Addie, an urgent request came in. It's on the bulletin board. Have a look before you go, alright? Also, someone joined the crew while you were out. Why don't you say hello? Adol and the Crimson King's items has been consolidated. Well, that explains that. All this stuff I was getting, now I have it all. Oh, I can max out you now too, huh? Well, if it isn't the man of the hour himself. Care to join me for a drink? I'm just dying to chat with you.
Why do you look so on edge, Adol? I'm not planning any dastardly deeds today. Hey, do you remember that jewel I took? After analyzing it, I discovered that it dates back to the 100 Years' War. I can't wait to go back for the rest. Drink up! I'm buying today.
I don't think going back would be possible.
Oh, please, Adol. There's priceless treasure just sitting there, waiting for someone to take it. I'm going to find a way in. But you're more than welcome to keep me company.
Shouldn't go. It's too dangerous.
Is it now? And if I told you not to go on one of your adventures, would you listen?
Adol can handle it, though.
I admit, I find that the more dangerous the situation, the more exciting it is. We're two peas in a pod, you and I. Don't you think? I've been meaning to ask you something, Adol. What went through your mind when you found out about the other you? Did it ever occur to you that you still might not even be the real Adol? What if the real Adol's still out there somewhere?
Doesn't matter either way.
Hmm?
So there's nothing fake about your thoughts and convictions. There's an equal truth in the real Adol and the other Adol. Serenity listens attentively, engrossed with curiosity as you answer her question. Did I see something weird?
No, not at all.
It's like, we're both the real Adol. Doesn't matter if we end up just being just a clone, we're still the real Adol when it comes down to it.
I was just thinking about what you said. Money was the reason I started stealing, but it wasn't the reason I kept doing it. There's a part of me that pines for a thrill, even if I don't get a single gold coin out of it. You're a fascinating man. You know that, Adol Kristen? I wonder, what other escapades you've gotten yourself into? Is it true that you don't keep the treasures and legendary weapons you find?
No, he always loses them all.
Next time, you should just give them to me. I'll find you a good buyer on the black market.
Your affinity with Serenity is now at max. Oh, hey, look who's here! Nice.
You need it? I got it.
I already bought all that stuff, so you got
See.
nothing.
You buying or not?
Nope.
You saw nothing.
I saw, even though you're literally just right here. Cool. Talk to the bird. New rubric.
I'm ready and raring to go.
Ooh, boost charges faster there. Party recovery upon death. Ah. One-time use only. No, of course. Oh, yeah. Yeah. If you get if your entire party gets wiped out, you can use that, but only once.
Let me know if you need anything else. Come back anytime.
But now the real trick is, of course, I'm gonna need a lot of funding to get their final equipment because this is obviously the final chapter. It specifically said it is. Let's talk to the Roo. Well met, Rusty. So this is your secret fortification, huh? Why didn't you tell me about this place before? Well, he literally didn't know about it. Thanks for busting me out of prison, by the way. Wouldn't be here if you hadn't. Glad you're safe. Yeah, I'm glad you are too. I heard about what happened, but you are really the self-same Rusty? If you are, then I've got no qualms about working together with you. And there's a little matter of my personal mission I need to carry out. Maybe I'll tell you all about it one day. Fare thee well, Rusty! Alright, now we've got a Roo! I don't mind having a proper Roo in the group. I never bothered to actually exchange any of these shards, despite how much I have. I never really needed to either. Wait, what was that one item I needed?
Yeah. Say the word and I'll make it.
Otherworldly core.
Let me come back anytime.
Is that even something I can get here? Actually, yes it is. It's also just a monster material. So I might be able to just find that off monsters too. It's a bulletin board. I mean, I would do that anyway, but now the story's telling me to do that, which works for me. Aha! I see Addie! Hi! Please excuse us. I hope you don't mind our visit. Sorry, Addie. I didn't know you'd be coming. Again. Hey, you three. We're super busy today, so I can't take off early this time, okay? Oh, don't worry. We're here as customers today.
Huh?
You are? I don't remember giving you three any allowance recently. Felix gave us some money this morning. He said we'd be allowed to see you at work as long as we were customers. It's just, ever since the festival started, we haven't been able to spend much time with you. Yeah, we're rich now, so we're gonna make you cook for us, Yufa. We always have to listen to you, so let's see how you like taking orders for a change. You three are impossible. Oh no, you're going to make your sister cry, aren't you? What, was it something I said? Alright, you're my valued customers now. Order as much as you like, good sirs and lady. And don't forget to thank Felix when you go to the night market later. Okay. Yes. Have a new recipe.
You just take your time.
Ah, null ailments. Nulling ailments should be useful.
Bye, so don't be a stranger.
Now, of course, required. Oh, doing these quests is obligatory anyway. Yep.
Hey! All right.
Nothing new, right?
Not much. All right, let's get to prepping. Leave it to me. What do you? Let's.
Max. Darn it. Darn it. But at least status effects are maxed out now.
That should do. Good work out there.
And I know there are also, I've read that this game does have a New Game Plus. Of course, I won't be doing that. Not in the Let's Play anyway, but I might do it on my own time, perhaps. There's like knowing if games have a New Game Plus before I really start them. It's not any kind of a spoiler, they know that. It's a game mechanic. It only applies if you finish the game anyway. Wow, the streets are getting pretty busy. It will surely be far busier once the night market opens up. Man, if only this wasn't happening, we could go enjoy ourselves. It would appear the Roman garrison is keeping watch over the city. And I doubt the knights will pull anything big while the soldiers are in command. Well, it is what it is, given all that's occurred. Never guessed the ultimate Grimwald Nox is on its way, looking at all of this. Yeah, he said it. Mustn't let our guard down. Stand mindful of the Lemures. So yeah, if Aprilis...
Soldiers are hard at work.
has been doing all this crap herself. She's dealt with the ultimate criminal Nox herself multiple times already then. How long do they... Gaston! How long do they plan on having to talk anyway? Got half of my mind to go check on the boss right this second. Hey, come on, man. I know you're worried, but simmer down a bit. Simmer down? You got any idea how much you put the boss through? It all started because we wanted to do something to help the city, pure and simple. The others weren't just doing this to wear some pent-up grudge. All you wanted to do is restore Glia to how it... No. Restore peace back to Balduke. That's why. If there's anything you can still do, we have to do it. Yeah, I feel the same. But we need to trust the boss now more than ever. We'll start getting back on the right track before we know it. Eh, fine. There we go. Now I just need to start thinking about what I wanted to do too.
Good work out there. You're quite the explorer.
Let's have more landmarks up.
Here's a little something for you.
Spirit formula!
There's much to enjoy at the
Welcome, welcome, and happy Victory Day Festival to you! In honor of this blessed day, I've got some extra special dishes for sale. Giving out the recipe too. Try making it for yourself if you like. Platter. So I can just make a platter. Victory Day platter.
Come again soon.
Oh, I'm more worried about equipment right now.
Hello, are you looking for something? Oh, come again, okay?
There's much to enjoy at the festival.
I'm so glad you're
Alright,
here.
let's fight some monsters! Get out!
I heard the Roman garrison's helping out with the festival.
Yeah, I figured the one responsible for this stuff. He was behind the stuff in the prison, sure, but I didn't expect him to be behind the Monstrums, too. So yeah, the people who were chosen to be Monstrums were chosen to be Monstrums quite intentionally.
Come back soon.
Everyone is chosen 100% on purpose. And every time they get recreated, they're Monstrums again. Weird way they're doing that.
Need something? Early bird gets the worm.
Yes. Give me this expensive stuff.
Thanks.
It's a perfect fit.
Thank you very much.
Millionaire?
Thanks.
This is pretty spiffy.
Still need. Come back if you get the chance.
Yeah, I'm gonna need more funding for sure here. Well, I say all that stuff I can sell, so there is that. Now, where was the spot I usually go to for my armor? Yeah, Marcel.
Welcome.
This
is as quality gets.
Unfortunately, I need more indestructible shells. Yeah, this is where I normally get my armor from. Because it gives the HP too, it's just better. But I need indestructible shells that I do not have right now. I gotta get as many of those as I can. But what are those from? Wait, isn't there a bestiary? This is just a... Yeah, monsters. Items dropped. Oh, these are all bosses. There are still several bosses left. Yeah, I can look it up here and see what they drop. Lemures, Chapter 8. That's like Lemures, but what if I don't want to fight those? What if I don't fight just regular monsters? I'll look around. I'm not going to do all that stuff on screen, of course. That'd be kind of dull. But I'm definitely going to be going for some funding and for some EXP and getting the materials I need to craft that armor. Maybe even upgrade their weapons. As well, this is the final chapter. I don't know how much is left, but I imagine it's not a huge amount. Well, yeah. It's weird. The side quests are actually part of the story at this point. They're not really side quests, are they? Not if they're required. Oh, hello there. You must be here because you received my request. How delightful. Thank you all very much. You said the wreaths for the cenotaph at the cemetery were damaged, right? I understand that you're planning on providing replacements for them? Allow me to explain. In honor of the Victory Day Festival, wreaths are hung on the cenotaph in the cemetery. When the festival concludes, the wreaths are stored by the Trading Bureau. This year, too many things were stacked in the wooden box the wreaths were kept in. The box was crushed and the wreaths inside were damaged. Yeah, I know about that from where I work. We got stacks and stacks of boxes with, well, typically sun visors for cars and such in them. And they gotta be, of course, properly stacked, and you gotta have lids on them and all that, so they won't be crushed, although sometimes they get crushed anyway, or they get skewered by high-low drivers, because they ended up piercing the boxes, because they did it wrong, and I've seen sun visors that were folded in half from that. Obviously, I can't use that. Oh no, poor wreaths. Chalking up the piss-poor warehouse management. I accept full responsibility for this mishap. The tradition started to remember Saint Rosavita's heroic feats during the war. Feats. It's been around ever since the church declared her as a saint. And that's why it's so crucial it isn't cancelled this year. The shop is acclaimed for its repairs, so I came here seeking help. In our line of business, we fix many an old relic, like ourselves, for instance. I am humbled that you'd entrust our little shop with such an important undertaking. They're broken, but not beyond repair. Their foundations are still intact, thankfully. But it will take time, more than we have to fetch the materials. We'll need fresh flowers for the wreaths. They aren't easy to come by. Well, we know someone's got a flower shop. I see. I understand your situation. This is to honor Rosavita. It is my responsibility as well. Perhaps we could assume the task of procuring the materials, Addie. Yeah, let's get the materials. Nice, such wonderful boys and girls. That would help us immensely. Thank you all very much. There are two materials that we need to complete the memorial wreaths. First of them are white ribbons to decorate the wreaths with. Taylor in the main square should carry them. The main square sounds easy enough. And the other is memorial flowers. It can be found growing all over Balduc. However, it is tradition to decorate the wreaths with the most beautiful snowy white flowers. This time of year, such flowers bloom on the Ciel Canyon Trail. I've heard about this. In a canyon where the sun shines, blooms pure white flowers that glimmer like snow. It's a very rare trait, even for this species. You've been to Ciel Canyon Trail before, so it won't be too hard to look. Alright, field trip! I've always wanted to go flower picking. I apologize for asking this of you all. Look at the wreaths ready to attach the decorations. Canyon is a treacherous place. Do look out for each other out there. But we've been there before! We can handle this.
Always buy what you like. Oh, save for Anamona, of course.
So resist all. Protects against all ailments, raises strength and defense. Yeah, that's why you can, that explains where you get this, so you can get a better version of it in another location.
Thank you for stopping by.
Wonder how many status effects the final boss is going to start dropping on me. Probably a lot. Final boss and all that, you know. What they do! Gotta do lots and lots of status effects and be annoying. Look around town. Yep, doing that. Get into this fight real quick.
Let's take him out.
Oh, over there? Come on. Come on, Adol. I mean, you're the real Adol now, so get out. But you've got all the memories and experience of your clone. Oh, 2 sacred branches. I think I needed those, didn't I? Not for the armor, but for other things. Did I need that for the armor too?
This is as quality gets.
Nah, Polar Nitros. I need more Mystic Lazulites too. Well, I'm gonna look up where I can get that stuff via my bestiary because it's just, or I can just, you know, maybe trade in my materials for it too. But either way, I'm gonna stop here for now. Do that stuff off screen, then come back afterwards. For now, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time!